What's going on YouTube? This is Banglewood Productions, and in today's video we are going to be going over an in-depth review of my rifle setup. But before we get into that, I just wanted to mention, so last video I talked about my general purpose chest rig, and over the course of the month it has not changed other than I switched out the water bottle pouch for an extra spud pouch. So that way it makes the rig a little bit more general purpose, so I can accommodate 2 extra mags or a water bottle. And I felt like with just that water bottle pouch, I was kind of limited to just carrying an Nalgene, and that was it. So now I can bump up that mag count if need be. But without further ado, let us get into the rifle. So this is my main rifle. It is a rifle that I've had now for 2 years. It started out a lot different than it is now. If you watch my channel, you would see that it originally was a pseudo M16 configuration, and I've done all the upgrades myself. I've done every single bit of work on this myself, which ended up sending me down a money hole, buying a bunch of tools and stuff like that. But I'm very glad that I built this rifle myself, because it just kind of gives you that sense of satisfaction that your rifle operates flawlessly, and that is due to your own good work. But anyway, the rifle started off as a stock Bushmaster XM15, and then the only internal upgrades that I've done is swapping out for a CMC 2-stage trigger, which I've had for over a year now, and the Radian Raptor charging handle, and then Aero Precision buffer tube kit, so that way I had a mil-spec buffer tube to accommodate my Magpul stock, and Magpul ambidextrous safety, Difrico pistol grip. I know a lot of people do not like these, but I prefer them. I like how comfortable it is for me to hold the rifle with this grip, so I just prefer it, and if you don't like it, that's fine. Nothing against not liking it. Have the Magpul bad lever right here to make for easier reloads, and then as well as the HRF Concepts extended magwell, which also makes for easier reloads. The rest of the receiver is stock, like I've said. Nothing too crazy about it. It's done me well so far. I think the only upgrade I need to make pretty soon is probably just getting a new bolt face, because this has seen a couple thousand rounds now. So yeah. Moving on to the front end of the rifle, it is just a BCM barrel and a BCM MCMR 15-inch handguard. Towards the end, I just have a Silencer Co. Flash hider, the little 3-prong, and then a Hollow Sun IR laser and a Streamlight Pro Tac. The Hollow Sun laser, originally when I first got my night vision, I was looking into a way to be able to actively aim, and so everything was super expensive, and this little guy right here is around 160 bucks. It is without a doubt a really good IR laser. Obviously there's going to be a ton of better options, but they also cost a lot more money, and for $160 I can say that this laser has not lost zero. I have not had to re-zero it. It just stays on my rifle, and it's done exactly what I needed to do. Then I went with the Pro Tac flashlight, the Streamlight, because I used to have a Surefire Scout light, but I didn't want to pay for a pressure switch, and this flashlight comes with a pressure switch. So it just makes it a little bit easier and more shooter friendly and enjoyable for me. So that is my rifle, and the optic is the SIG Romeo 7S. It is the green dot variant, because that is what was on sale on Palmetto State Armory. I've never used the green dot before until I got this optic, and I actually enjoy the green dot a little bit more than a red dot. It's a little bit easier for me to see and to pick up, and I don't think there's a need for me to run any kind of magnification when most of the shooting that I do with this gun is within 200 yards, and I know for a fact that I can accurately hit a man-sized target at 200 yards with this dot, because of my silhouette steel target. That's predominantly what I train with, and I can hit it at 200 yards with this setup, so that works for me. But yeah guys, that is my rifle. Last video was the GP chest rig. This video is the GP rifle to go along with the chest rig. I have other guns. I have a bolt gun, and that is now my precision gun. And then I have a spare AR-15 that's kind of just very stock, except for a red dot and a flashlight, and that's just kind of my buddy handout if I have guys that want to go train that don't necessarily have a rifle of their own. But that's my rifle. And then the last thing that I forgot to mention was the sling. And this is just the sling that I've had for years now. Just a LBT 2-point sling with a padding. I've used this sling extensively when I was active duty in the Marine Corps, and I've had no issues with this sling. I love this sling. It's very comfortable, and it's easy for me to work with because I've worked with it for so long. And yeah, that is the rifle. That is my GP rifle setup. And I really don't expect anything to change other than getting a new bolt face for my bolt carrier group, just because I think it's almost time to get a new one. Probably going to get a BCM one since I'm running a BCM barrel. That might make it just a little bit more fine-tuned, if that makes sense. But anyway, guys, that is my rifle, and I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Bangalore Productions, signing off.